What's the most horrifying thing you've seen happen because a school assumed everything would be fine? It was supposed to be the highlight of the semester, a middle school field trip to the State Science Museum. My son, Noah, had been talking about it for weeks. Permission slips said the buses were booked, parent chaperones assigned, and emergency contacts confirmed. I even checked the weather, sunny with a light breeze. The trip was scheduled for Friday. That morning, I hugged Noah goodbye, waved as the yellow buses rolled out, and went about my day. He was grinning ear to ear, holding his lunch bag like it was a ticket to the best day of his life. Around 11:30 a.m., I got a text from another mom. "Hey, have you heard from the kids? My daughter says they're still on the bus." Confused, I called her. She explained her daughter had texted from a friend's phone the bus had broken down on the side of the highway. No AC, windows stuck shut. 42 kids crammed inside, sweating in 85-degree heat. I expected that by now the school would have called us. They hadn't. No text alert, no email, nothing. So I called the school office. The secretary sounded annoyed, like I was interrupting her lunch. "Yes, one of the buses had a mechanical issue. We're handling it," she said. When I asked where the kids were right now, she hesitated. "Still waiting for the replacement bus." "How long have they been waiting?" I pressed. "Since about 9:40, she admitted. "Almost 2 hours. By now, the kids had run out of water. The driver wouldn't let them get off because of liability concerns. So they were just sitting there in the heat, sweating through their shirts, some of the younger ones crying. Noah's friend has asthma. His inhaler was in his backpack, but the air inside was stifling. One boy had already started feeling dizzy. I could feel my pulse pounding. I wasn't going to just sit at home while my son and his classmates baked inside a metal oven. I called 911. Within 15 minutes, a police cruiser and an ambulance were on site. Paramedics started pulling kids off in small groups, checking vitals. 2 had mild heat exhaustion. 1 was on oxygen. I later learned the police officer had argued with the driver, insisting the kids be let off immediately, policy or not. Only then did the school send out a robocall, a sterile message saying, "One of our buses experienced a delay. All students are safe." Safe? My son was pale and shaky when I picked him up from the school later. He told me some kids had been begging the driver to let them step outside, but he just kept saying, "Rules are rules." That night, I emailed the superintendent, the school board, and the local news. I wasn't letting this get buried under unfortunate circumstances language. Within 24 hours, a reporter called me. She'd spoken to the district, claimed the situation was handled according to policy. Policy? Apparently, the policy was to wait for a contracted replacement bus instead of calling emergency services no matter how long it took. The news aired the story. Parents were furious. Some had kids with medical conditions the school knew about. One mother broke down in tears on camera, saying her son still had nightmares about being trapped. The district eventually admitted they hadn't informed the parents because they didn't want to cause panic, as if keeping parents in the dark wasn't worse. A week later, a quiet update appeared in the school newsletter. The transportation company's contract was under review, but no apology. No acknowledgement that negligence, not just bad luck, had put dozens of kids in danger. Noah hasn't wanted to go on a school field trip since. If they're going somewhere local, I drive him myself. If it's farther away, I either volunteer as a chaperone or say no altogether. Since then, I've learned that sometimes the real danger isn't the big dramatic disasters. It's the little moments where someone in charge decides following a procedure is more important than using common sense even when children's safety is on the line. The school tried to move on. They posted pictures of the kids who did make it to the museum, smiling in front of dinosaur skeletons. But for the parents of the kids on that broken down bus, those pictures felt like a slap in the face. One dad summed it up perfectly at the next PTA meeting. "Emergencies don't care about your policy manual." And he's right, because if it wasn't for one desperate mom calling 911, this could have ended much, much worse. I still let Noah go on field trips, but only if I'm in the car right behind the bus. And now I carry extra water bottles just in case the adults in charge decide to follow the rules instead of protecting the kids.